The nation's largest public school system and one of the most segregated will soon be getting rid of what critics have long called a racially skewed program impacting tens of thousands of students. In what could be one of his last major decisions in office, New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio announced today the city will do away with its gifted and talented program for elementary schools. Students will instead take part in something called Brilliant NYC, which will allow students ages 8 and up to learn through an accelerated learning format without separating them into a different class. Opponents of gifted and talented programs have argued that the test given to kindergarten students discriminates against those with fewer resources and doesn't measure true aptitude. The mayor has long faced criticism for not doing more to fix overall inequality in New York City public schools. And when it comes to the gifted and talented programs, the classes are disproportionately Asian and white compared to the school system at large. Only 6% of black kindergartners were enrolled this year, according to a report by New York One. With the mayor only having 3 months left in office, the city's next mayor could actually decide whether or not to move forward with this plan. Joining me now to discuss is senior writer at TheRoot.com, Michael Harriot. So, Michael, what do you think of de Blasio's announcement today?
Well, I think it's been long overdue. It's something that education advocates and people who actually know what they're talking about have been advocating for years. We've seen other school districts in other cities and states do this because we know that gifted and talented programs don't matter how gifted a person is or how talented a student is. What they matter is wealth and preparation for the program, that however they measure that in the individual program. But it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really measure a student's ability to learn or their intelligence, whatever that is.
It seems like, for my whole life, I've seen this happen in schools. I remember being in elementary school, and for every grade, there was a, advanced class, a regular class, and a slow class. The advanced class is all the white kids. The intermediate class was mixed, and the slow class was literally all full of black kids. And it always seems to me that it's a proxy in some way for kind of racial segregation for people who want to be in public school systems but don't really want to be in classroom or in close proximity with other racial groups. Do you think that that's what some of these opponents of the gifted talent are talking about, that they're basically creating a caste system within the school buildings?
Right. I think it does two things, right? It creates a caste system where privileged people get to send their kids to school and use the resources of taxpayers to put their children on the track to kind of continue the generational wealth. Because again, you showed that chart earlier of the demographics of the New York City schools gifted and talented program. Well, the interesting thing about that, is almost the exact demographics of the top 20% of income earners in that city. And that's what we find nationwide. When you look at the demographics of gifted and talented children, what you'll see is two things: people who are preparing their children specifically to get into these programs, whether it's through testing or, in some states and counties like Minnesota, a parent can just call up and say, I want my kid in the gifted and talented program. And of course, if you're a guidance counselor, if you're a teacher who's overwhelmed with a bunch of students, what are you going to do? Fight back and say, no, you got to let him have his way. So these gifted and talented programs essentially end up being divided by race and wealth. And what we see is that in small towns and in big cities like New York City, this follows them. So you take a test in kindergarten and you're in that gifted and talented track for the rest of your educational career, right? So when you get to high school, you get to be in an AP program or international baccalaureate program that gives you an extra weight on your grade point average. So the students who are not in the gifted and talented program because their parents didn't call up when they were in kindergarten or in first grade, they can't compete with those kids, with the kids who had enough wealth to hire someone to prep them to be in that program. So it's not just about the little kids, as we like to call it, but it's about college admission. It's about how who gets jobs. All of that is determined from when you are a kindergartner and you take this advanced placement or gifted and talented test.
I'm just going to put aside the fact that I don't know how you're, testing the kindergartners for anything. I'm just trying to keep my kid from throwing up on everybody when they're in kindergarten. So I don't know how you test it at that point. But what do you feel about this idea of what they're replacing it with, what they're calling Brilliant NYC? I don't know what that really means, other than what used to be called, you just choose great, pace appropriate books. It didn't have a name. You just, different kids chose different books from the shelf because they could read. Some could read harder books than others.
Right. I think that's what we should be doing, right? First of all, we know that even students who are so-called gifted and talented benefit from being in a diverse environment, whether it's racially diverse, whether it's different levels of learning. Because when you get out into the world, you don't just work with people who are gifted and talented. When you go to college, you don't just attend classes with people who are gifted and talented. So some people, so this new program, this Brilliant NYC, we'll have to see more details. But educators have advocated for something as simple as universal testing, right? Test everybody who attends a school, see what level they're on, and then give everybody more work. And the students who can complete more work won't be bored in class. And the students who can't, well, you'll know what level that they are able to complete in class. So I mean, there are many directions that you can go to include a more diverse class and to create a more diverse learning environment, besides just separating out all the kids that you determined were smart when they were 5 years old and then keeping them on that same track when they're 17 and 18 years old. It's a dumb way. And if we started from zero, no education professional would create a system like this. It's just being done because it has always been done this way.
So de Blasio is doing this on the way out the door. So it's probably going to land on the next mayor. That may be Eric Adams. Do you think that he will or should, continue along this track? Because whoever actually implements it, the person is going to take the flack for it.
Right. I think if it's Eric Adams or whoever's next, right? First of all, there's no argument against it, right? Except stuff that people say, right? Some people say, well, parents will exit and go to private schools, but those parents won't, right? If they could afford or wanted to go to private schools, they would send their kids there. Some people say that, well, students will be bored in class, and there is no data for this stuff that people just put together words and say in their mouths. What we see and what the education professionals and what the research shows is that if you get rid of gifted and talented programs, right, you will create a higher expectation for students who weren't in those programs, and they will achieve more. And the gifted and talented, the people who were previously would have been in that gifted and talented program, they will also achieve at the same level. It's not like somebody's going to school and say, you know what, I'm not going to learn math today because I'm not in the gifted and talented program. They're still going to achieve at the level that the teachers challenge them in. So I think it's up to the teachers in this educational system to figure out a way to challenge students, because what they're saying is, what, all of those other students who weren't in the gifted and talented program, we weren't challenging them all along. Because that's what it essentially is, right?
Michael, Harriot, thank you for joining me tonight. They keep making me say the gifted and talented Michael Harriot, which is true, but it's fun. Thank you so much for joining me tonight, sir.